Hello, Vancouver. I'm Mayor Anne McEnerny-Ogle, and today is Wednesday, April 14th. Thank you to Judith Webb and Sarah Hafer, our American Sign Language interpreters today. It seems this week's warm weather has come just in time to welcome some of the best news yet in our fight against the virus. Starting tomorrow, April 15th, every resident over the age of 16 will be eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. This is a remarkable milestone. While we are thrilled about the expanded eligibility, it will be important to stay patient while our local health officials and pharmacies work with a limited supply of vaccines and may not be able to meet the demand for appointments right away. There are many options for getting a vaccine appointment, and each has a very different process for scheduling. The Washington Department of Health's Vaccine Locator is an easy-to-use tool to find options near you. The Tower Mall Community Vaccination Site in central Vancouver continues to provide first and second dose vaccinations by appointment only. Those appointments can now be scheduled online for this week and typically open Tuesday evenings or Wednesday mornings for new appointment availability each week. If you're coming for your second dose, please remember to bring your vaccination card. If you do not have internet access or need help scheduling an appointment at Tower Mall, please call Clark County Public Health for assistance. The number is on the screen. We know that scheduling online can be challenging as appointments get reserved quickly. I encourage you to keep trying, and please don't forget that you can also use the state's COVID-19 hotline for additional assistance in multiple languages. Thank you for your patience and persistence, Vancouver. On the vaccine front, we are thankful for the continued support and advocacy of our state's leaders. Last week, Vancouver welcomed separate visits by Governor Jay Inslee and Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler for tours of the COVID-19 vaccination site at Tower Mall. These visits helped both the governor and Congresswoman learn more about our vaccination efforts and ways each could support Clark County as eligibility expands. The expansion of vaccine eligibility is welcomed news as we've seen an uptick in the rate of positive COVID-19 cases in Clark County for the last 4 weeks, from nearly 89 cases per 100,000 people on March 15th to more than 110 cases per 100,000 as of April 5th. Last week, the governor eased criteria for counties to stay in phase 3 of the state's Healthy Washington pandemic reopening plan. To move down one phase, a county must fail both metrics for case counts and hospitalizations. Under the previous plan, a county only needed to fail one metric to move back one phase. While our county's case numbers and hospitalizations have ticked upward, we still are considered in the moderate range of the state's reopening guidance and will remain in phase 3 for the next few weeks. To view a full list of activities and capacity requirements allowed under phase 3, please visit the governor's website. Expanded vaccine eligibility will make a difference, but we must continue to be mindful of our distance, wear our masks, and keep our gatherings small to ensure we can keep our economy open. And of course, testing remains an important strategy for preventing the spread of COVID-19. It's important to identify people with COVID-19 as quickly as possible, so anyone who has been in close contact with someone can quarantine and stop the spread of the virus. Free COVID-19 testing is available Tuesday through Saturday at the Tower Mall Community Testing Site. Tests are available to anyone 4 years and older who has COVID-19 symptoms or who has been exposed to someone with the virus. And while appointments are not required, pre-registration is strongly encouraged to make the process more efficient for the visitors. Now I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge how challenging this pandemic has been for families and children of all ages. Evergreen and Vancouver Public Schools have already been transitioning students to hybrid learning. But while getting students back into the classroom is certainly progress in reopening our community, and good news for many parents, the change may cause children to react in all sorts of ways. Washington State Public Health has some age-based tips and resources for supporting the children in your family during the transition back to class. And you can find the link on the screen. In addition, the governor's recent mandate requiring all public schools to offer at least 2 in-person learning days for all students by May 19th also directed the state's public health resources to begin work on recommendations for how to support the behavioral health needs of our children over the next year. We'll continue to share information and resources for families as they become available. The city continues to offer help to our hard-hit local business community. Last week, Vancouver City Council approved a new program to provide businesses most impacted by pandemic-related restrictions with refunds on city business license surcharge fees through March 2022. This program will provide an estimated $500,000 in direct relief to businesses most impacted by pandemic-related capacity restrictions, such as restaurants and bars, fitness and training facilities, movie theaters, and bowling alleys. You can learn more about eligibility and how to apply for the refund at the link on the screen. And finally, I'm excited to share that here in Vancouver, we're starting to see some of our favorite community spaces reopening. Tomorrow, April 15th, the Clark County Historical Museum in downtown Vancouver will reopen for the first time in over a year. Congratulations, Brad. And this May, Pearson Air Museum at the Fort Vancouver National Historic Site will reopen with the launch of a new exhibit. And starting May 3rd, the city's Marshall and Furstenberg community centers are back in action. Access to the community centers will be available to ongoing monthly pass holders anytime during regular business hours. And scheduled activities like the pool and group exercise will be available to pass holders on a first-come, first-served basis. Thank you so much for joining me for today's COVID-19 update. And as always, whether you're vaccinated or not, please remember to wear a mask whenever you're around others. It protects everyone from COVID-19 and keeps us moving forward. Be well, Vancouver.